I think this is like my first winter update video, I think. Hey guys, Adam here. That's my OEM stainless steel header for the 1200GS. You'll know it's OEM because A, it's ugly, B, it's got this actuator valve here, and C, has a catalytic converter. See that actuator valve in here? Oops. Squeaky toy in there. See the valve right there? It's open by default, and the bike will keep it closed until it needs to open it up. Yeah, so this isn't really a mod video. It's just sort of a, hey, how's it going video. That looks familiar. That's the oil drain pan. So we are, well, okay, we're draining oil. So we're doing the 12,000 mile maintenance here. Well, a couple things tonight. So first of all, you'll notice that the carbon fiber Akrapovic heat shield is gone, and it's been replaced with this guy. And why? Well, if you go down, you'll see I blew myself. So, Arrested Development term. But that's the Akrapovic titanium header. No catalytic converter. No throttle actuator valve. Nothing. Just literally coming out of the bottom of the cylinder heads and right down to the muffler or silencer if you're European. So I ran one of these last year, as you guys know, and that is actually still, you can see it over here. See it in the corner? So I still had the jet hot black ceramic coated header. It is a stainless steel header, and it's still for sale. If someone wants it for a couple $100, let me know. But yeah, we bought a titanium one now. So those of you that are kind of new to the scene, so basically I started off with ordering the silencer and ordering the stainless steel muffler right there. I sent that directly to Jet Hot. They fucked up the coating. Sorry, it's been a while. Just don't really care about Finstons or myself anymore. It leaked. It was horrible fitment issues. They gave me a full refund. Cool, appreciate it. I really do. They made it right. But now I'm stuck with this thing because they can't remove that coating. They said, we can't remove it. It's stuck. So that's how it is. So then fast forward to like June, and one of the ADV rider guys that I am friends with said, hey, I have a titanium header. Do you want it? And I said, sure. I think I bought it for about half price of what it costs new. So $450, $500 maybe. And he mailed it to me, and I told him it'd be a winter project. So here we are. It's going to be louder, I think, but nice power levels. We'll see. So 12,000 mile service. We've already drained the oil. When you drain the oil, your center stand is fine, but you're going to want to take it off the center stand, and you want to put this at like a 15, 25 degree angle on both sides. Lean it back and forth, get all the oil out of these heads. It's not required. It just makes the valve check much easier, because when you're breaking this gasket seal right there, by leaning it left and right, you're getting a lot of those oil out of the heads. I've already removed, as you can see, the two T25s from the Shinart Moto X heads. There's the one there, and there's one more underneath. And then we'll do this one here. This one's already undone. Once that's out, we can go ahead and do the spark plug. Easy to do. And then removing a couple of these T45s to free up the head cover itself. The beauty of these alt-rider crash bars is that they allow for a valve check really, really easy. And then once this is done, so basically 12K is oil filter. Oil filter's done. You see there's no oil in there right now. Do not start the bike up. Oil filter, spark plugs, valve check, And then up there, air filter, which I'm actually going to do. What I'm going to do, since BB-8's coming by in a week and a half, to rewire a bunch of stuff. We're throwing up a new dash cam. We are rewiring the Sargent heat controller. And then we're adding up a new version of the Hondo Garage Perfect Squeeze with the Moto Power Puck V2. So we got a bunch of like electrical stuff getting done at the same time. And luckily, that all requires that I remove the fuel tank. And that's great, right? Because with the fuel tank off, the air filter is even more easily accessible than normal. And the fancy wiring harness, which you can't even see because it's like underneath the fuel tank that he did last February. We're going to redo that wiring harness and start fresh to the PDM60. So it's going to be requiring a lot, actually. It's going to require fuel tank, fairings, seats, upper luggage grid over here, and I think the Jessie rack as well will need to come off. A whole bunch of shit to get to that wiring harness that he and I built. So that'll be next weekend. I'll be pulling the bike apart so that BB-8 can do this whole job. And at that point, I will do the air filter. Seriously, it's, you know, I intended for us not to touch the wiring harness this year, but the way we built it, once this Sargent heated seat controller failed, all bets were off. I have to redo it. Sucks. I actually don't like, and you know what I'm going to do as well once this is off, from Beamer Boneyard, I'm going to order the fancy fuel line disconnects that are stainless steel or aluminum to replace the plastic disconnects that are on the fuel tank there. So it's all a worthwhile thing. It's just, you know, the Jessie racks and the top, all this stuff is just a lot of work to remove. I'll probably replace a few bolts because a few are stripped. It's the life of a Farkle addict. But no, tonight we're just doing the oil change, and I'm going to get the X heads taken off in preparation for the valve check and the spark plug change, which will happen tomorrow. That's really it. Oh, and also tomorrow I'll be removing the rear wheel and replacing the rear brake pad. And while I'm in there, I'm going to go ahead and do the front brake pads as well. I ordered both at the same time. Just do them at the same time, even though, as you guys know, they have LCs, liquid-cooled GSs. The rears need changing far before the fronts. BMW on the R1200GS LCs has a rear bias. When you grab a handful of front brake, it is a linked system, so it will, with front brake, it will also engage the rear brake, and the rear brake just aggressively engages and wears down faster. So we're going to do front and rear at the same time. I did a brake fluid flush in September, but hell, might as well do it again because it's going to need it at some point this year. It needs it every 12 months with the LCs. They just for some reason, they just lose brake feel. So we'll just do it this year, this winter. The only thing left to do on the headers is to hook up the springs that Acra sends you to keep those together. The thing is, though, with the alt-rider skid plate, it actually won't clear these brackets with the springs engaged. So you can put springs on one side, then you have to mount up one side of the alt-rider skid plate, mount the other side without the springs on it, button it all up, and then using a fancy pick, basically reattach the other side springs. It's a little bit of a finagling, but it is possible. I just haven't done it before on this bike, so I want to give it a fun little experiment there. Okay, that's the update video. So there's a lot of shit going on with the R1200GS this winter. All maintenance, really. Maintenance and kind of fixing problems that were self-imposed, like tearing on the bike again this winter isn't really something I wanted to do. But it's going to have to happen in order for us to, well, and also, real quick, you see these, these are the OEM crash bars married up to the alt-rider crash bars. You can kind of see how that looks there. That's the thing the alt-rider gives you to marry them up. But the problem is, if you look down here, see how close that is to the head, to the cylinder? It's the same way on both sides. And on my triple black GS Adventure with the exact same setup, just different color. This was not that close to the cylinder heads. So I had Outrider look at this at the MOA rally in June, and they said, oh yeah, you can tweak this to be more flat or linear to the horizontal to the ground. And then I'm supposed to be able to move this up a little bit back into this. This is kind of a floating piece there. And moving that up, see there, should give me a lot more clearance between this and this. They didn't feel comfortable with the way this is angled of not puncturing the head in a catastrophic fall. So in order to remove the tank, I had to unhook this top here and let this fly out. It hangs from this. And so at that time, I will fix that as well. But you can see here, look at that. So this is some rust spots that are popping up or staining. I don't know. It's stainless steel from Outrider, but when I stripped these lowers, there was some weirdness there, right? See that? And I don't really know how to take care of it, but I'll figure something out. So if you guys have any advice for how I get rid of some of these blemishes, that would be nice. It's just kind of ugly right now. Well, Roger looks great. Roger's cool. I like Roger. Hey Roger, what's up? All right, that's a GSA update. I'm gonna go to bed though. I think I'm gonna get this prep for tomorrow, and then I'll do these valve checks and spark plug changes tomorrow, button all that back up, refill the oil with 4 liters of the Motul 5W40 full scent race fluid, and then that'll be done. And then from there, I will jack up the front wheel and do both the brakes and the so as you guys remember, like 3 months ago, I got back in the Hyper Pro Yakugar steering damper. This is still the OEM damper, because installing the aftermarket steering damper requires removing the front wheel and the fender there. And I just didn't do it. I was still in the middle of riding season. So front wheel comes off tomorrow, replace the front brake pads, and then also do the front steering damper, drop this down, pull the rear wheel, and do the brake pads. Then like Thursday, brake fluid flush, and then like Sunday or Monday, start taking the bodywork apart in order to get to the air filter. There's a lot of shit, actually. Here are the brake pads before I go. I actually can't find my spark plugs because I ordered them like months ago. They're around here somewhere. I'll find them. So we have the EVC double H centered pads for the front and the rear. So 2 front and then 1 rear. We've got our new Jessie luggage latches, which I'll be doing a separate video. Here are those Acra springs, by the way. They have to go on 1 on each side. And then we also have our what do we have here? Oh, we've got our new Moto Power Puck as well, our V2, which is going to be installed. And we've got this guy here, the ThinkWare M1. I'm just going to replace the front and rear dash cam, which you can see hiding out there. There's the rear one, and the front one's on the front, of course. So that'll get replaced by Matt, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I gotta find the spark plugs. I have no clue where they are. They're around here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe they're in one of these GS boxes. Honestly, going through all these bins, it's just easier for me to freaking reorder 2 more spark plugs along with the because I gotta go to Beamer Boneyard anyway and order the quick disconnect fuel lines. So maybe we just order spark plugs from them. All right, end of this video. Thanks for watching. And I'm sure you guys have seen it already, but Heather's new Sergeant seat came in. Oops. It's gorgeous. It really is a sexy seat. I wish I had a 1-piece seat on the GS. This is a 2-piece, obviously, which does allow for me to add the Sergeant backrest right there, which I pulled out, actually, because I want to install it. But anyway, Sergeant backrest goes there for long trips, which I love. I love the backrest. It can be kind of eliminated by just simply putting a duffel behind you of stuff, but the backrest is amazing. So this one-piece design obviously doesn't allow for a backrest, but God, I love this thing. It's like her lip, the lip here is far more pronounced than the 750 because she has a low model, so it allows for Sergeant to do this really big incline. I mean, this is going to be awesome for back support, whereas, you know, mine is about half that size on my back. Anyway, I love the 750 seat the Sergeant did. They did a really nice job with it. Heather's bike actually is also getting electrical treatment while BB-8's here. So we're going to be doing, we're going to be wiring up her motor power puck. We're going to be installing a fuse block, which just came in. I think, oh, a PDM60? No, I think I ordered a fuse block. Yeah, she's getting a fuse block back here. The fuse block is going to have one going out just simply an SAE port. One will be going out to the motor power puck. And then we're going to do another cord that's going to get prepped for possibly adding a Sergeant heated seat controller at some point. There's one more. Oh, the last part of the fuse block will be going to a SW Motec tank bag, which is powered. It'll be the either the City or the GS Evo tank bag from SW Motec. I don't know if I'm getting it for a discount. I know that I told them I wanted one. We'll see if they say here's 10% off, but if they don't, we'll still order it anyway. But that'll give Heather the ability to put 3 USB ports in her tank bag, and so she can charge things during the day while we're riding, like, you know, whatever shit she wants to charge. But then also the tank bag. I've never used a wired tank bag before, so I think that'd be pretty cool. And I like the SW Motec Evo system a lot. So that'll be neat, right, to have power going to a tank bag. It's quick disconnect like that. So Heather's getting a fuse block installed, which is very, very exciting. Is that what I bought? Or did I get PDM60? That's that. That's that. Another power plug. I don't know where the fuse block is. No. I have no idea where the fuse block is. I know I ordered it. I know it came in. I just don't know where it went. Well, I'll find it. Anyway, that's the update. Long video, actually. I'm so sorry. I'm just rambling. It's wow, it's 12:40 p.m. Okay, 12:40 a.m. 12:40 a.m. Good night, everyone. Ride safe. And thanks for watching this really stupid video.